It is July 7th, 2017. We are at base camp. We have already done a hike today and gone by the Big Beaver Pond as well as some other sightseeing, but unfortunately the phone had a mishap and we've lost our data. So the bad news is the track I almost found is not on video. It's not on the, it might be on the iCam video, but the photos from the phone are lost. I don't know why the phone chose to reset itself, but I am not a big fan of Samsung phones at this moment. So we find ourselves restarting the video introduction, and this is basically it. We are going to meet up with another member of the network in the morning, and in the meantime conduct a night operation at base camp or near and around base camp as circumstances and opportunity vary, and hopefully we'll have some luck there. So that's the plan for the day into the evening, and we will report things as long as the phone behaves and we don't have any other problems. Thanks.
Okay, we're filming. The intent for the early part of the afternoon minimally is to hike the trail you see in front of you to its conclusion, looking for sign as usual, which with all this new growth is going to be a little bit challenging. The other challenge for the day apparently is the mosquitoes, which are being friendlier than they need to. But such is life, I suppose. That and the muddy nature of this trail, which I'll have to keep an eye on. Trouble with the undergrowth is that the kind of hides the muddiness. And little newts and things that I'm seeing. Yeah, it's still a muddy mess. So I had hoped it had dried out a little bit, and I will still hope it does, but we'll see. So far, it's not working out. Study that's going on involved the Olympic project with Derek Randalls, Jeff Meldrum, a couple of big names involved, in addition to Cliff Barrickman from my least favorite show, Finding Bigfoot. I like Cliff, don't get me wrong, I just don't. I think that show has been a poison on the community. And probably a couple of others too, but the controversy would seem to be whether some structures they found, and I'll come right out and say I'm not the biggest advocate of stick structures because so many of them can be can be explained by more earthly means than Bigfoot. So the good, the bad, and the indifferent, but I guess controversial. The good, you have some very respected names in this study. So on that regard, I wish it well and have some element of high hopes for it. In regard to the fact they're using a GoFundMe for donations, I think I have, but if not, I'll clarify my position on GoFundMes and Bigfooting. I just don't think they go well together, because there are people out there that have actual real need to ask for money, people with medical problems and things of this nature. But without a better baseline of evidence in Bigfooting, I really don't think people are in their rights to demand or beg for money for bigger, better Squatchy toys, which is basically what these guys are doing. That being said, part of the thread that I read the other day, I also kind of have some issues with Meldrum, given his pursuit of the celebrity track in the last few years. There was a time when you would not question the great and mighty Meldrum for him being all-knowing, the one true science guy in Bigfooting, and it's like, sorry, that's taken a hit. That's a perception that's taken a hit. Hello, Toad. Lots of frogs and toads, which is usually indicative of a healthy ecosystem, which is a good thing. The interesting thing to take out of this was a guy named David Rodriguez had asked some questions of Derek, and one was left very quickly with the thought these two have had some long-running animosity, because Derek was uncharacteristically hostile, and he's always been a nice guy to me. I don't know, I have some mixed feelings on this, because on the one hand, I'll say from personal experience, somebody's bedded down there, that I think it's worth a picture. I know from personal experience, no matter what you do and how you do it, someone is always going to have an issue with it based on any one of a number of petty things. And if Rodriguez and Meldrum have hostility in the past, I can understand where that came from, but not a fan of the GoFundMe stuff. But I'm just doing a quick scan to see if there's any moose or anything down in the tree that I can sneak up on. But they always seem to see me first. Doesn't help. Let's get a good look at that, because this is more or less middle of nowhere in a weird looking little structure. So as I look at this and I film this, and people in commentary maybe on YouTube or whatever, I look at it, it's interesting. I don't advocate it per se as a Bigfoot structure, because there's nothing leading to that, but I gave you a decent look at it so you can draw your own conclusions and offer commentary if you feel like it.
The night has become something of a make the best of it because the rain has started. The fire is still going, but the tarp has gone on because the rain has not let up. And this is a poster moment of it is what it is. So we will ride out the storm, try to do a night operation. If the rain lets up, we shall see. So this is turning out to be a night of defiance, really, more than anything else. The weather is getting worse. The rain tarp has come on. It is what it is. I am by the fire in defiance. The fire does go on because the Swedish torch did do pretty well. But this is not turning out to be the video or the outing that I had expected, because as I stated earlier, the phone had a mishap and somehow managed to reset it. So some of the video I had from today, minus the iCam, is gone. Still not sure how exactly that happened, but it is what it is. And we're in a rain tarp with a headlamp by a fire in pouring rain. Reports as they continue. The rain continues. We had some fun with our Gen 2 night vision binoculars and recording. I'm not sure how that's going to come out, but we had that. We're also trying an interesting experiment with my GoPro to record some fireflies in the meadow opposite me. And that will be an experiment in the field. I don't know what else to say about that, but for the report and the review on the Swedish torch method, the thing went for about an hour and a half pretty solidly, so no complaints. I think that's a method. If I see a stump that's hollowed out that can be used in that way in the future, that's going to probably be the way to go for a long burning fire, because it's still burning hot too. So the rain continues, but the fire has not been abated. So, and the smoke from the fire has made all our lovely deer fly friends go away. So it is what it is. The night continues. It is subpar, but we're working with what we have. So again, not the video that we expected, but carry on.